played in securing a new building for COSATU. An investigation by Amabungane also shows how Machila collaborated with Gupta-linked Salim Essa in a deal that helped remove Vavi as COSATU General Secretary.
The story goes back to a decision by COSATU to move to a new building in 2008 and 2009. Machila was at the time in charge of COSATU's investment arm, Kopano ke Matla. He was tasked with securing a new Johannesburg headquarters for the trade union and selling the old COSATU house. It's alleged that the Federation's new building was bought and sold on the same day at an inflated price, earning the middleman a profit of 17 million rand.
Machila and Salim Essa, this Gupta associate, and another associate of Essa's, a man called Ibrahim Yusuf, basically conspired to engineer a property scam that would rip off COSATU. And they did this by earmarking a building in Braamfontein for COSATU's new headquarters. What ended up happening is that Yusuf, who is the middleman, he bought that property from its previous owners for 33 million rand and sold it on to COSATU for 50 million rand. But the real scandal is that it was a back-to-back transaction. So the transfer of the property from the old owners to Yusuf took place on the same day that property moved from Yusuf to COSATU.
Former COSATU General Secretary Zwelinzima Vavi says he was left in the dark about the details of the transaction.
We didn't know that the person who bought the old COSATU building was the same one who was selling us the new building. And so that's the first point. But what is even more shocking is to find yet again the hairy hand of the Guptas in the whole transition. That's what we didn't know until I was approached by the Amabungane, who asked me the history of the transition. And it's a shocker, isn't it? But nothing shocks us anymore, we must be honest, at the same time. They seem to be like Gupta is what we breathe these days. They like oxygen. They're everywhere.
In 2014, COSATU commissioned a report that blamed Machila for underselling COSATU's old property. It was sold by 10 million rand when it was worth much more. Naledi Matlapeng, SABC News, Johannesburg.